Hello, I am once again back with a new script to show you all. This one being a script where you can request a helicopter to come in, pick you up, and then take you off to wherever you want to be dropped off. Um, Still, keep in mind these are AI pilots. They are slow, but they are quite safe. So now this helicopter has popped or rather not really the helicopter, but the script has popped a smoke to mark the position. The helicopter lands, and now what it will do is that it will wait for someone to either click the add action, which is pilot takeoff, or there are no players within 300 meters of the helicopter that is not mounted into the helicopter, or that the helicopter is full. So as I jump in, the helicopter will take off, and it will take me to the insertion marker, that waypoint that I have given it. So if we bring up the map, we can see I've asked for an extraction here. And it's gonna take me all the way to Sirta, and it's gonna insert me pretty much exactly where that marker is. So the way it works is that it uses radio commands. So if I click 0 and then 0 again for radio, then you can select golf or hotel. Sorry, wrong button. There we go, and in support we can see here that I have preset radio golf to be a small helicopter, radio hotel to be a big helicopter. Basically a Huron, aka a Chinook. And the way it works is you have the spawn here. These two need to be pre-placed. This is the spawn and the despawn. Sorry, the spawn and the despawn markers. But after you select your you will select your radio command, and you will have it spawn over there after you have selected where you want to be picked up and where you want to be dropped off. And you do this by simply clicking the map, where the first time is where you want to be picked up, the second time is where you want to be dropped off. Now, as I've said, these AI pilots are slow, but they are precise. As it lands, it automatically kicks all the players out of the helicopter, and then it takes off and goes off to the despawn marker. So let's do that again. I'm here in Sirta, and I want to be picked up. Let's go for 0 and 0. Let's take a little bird again, a small helicopter that is, so golf. Let's get picked up here. I basically just click the map. And in the lower left you can see first it asks me where do you want to be picked up. I click the map and got coordinates. Then it asks where do you want to be dropped off. So let's go back to where I came. Oh, I was too slow. Not enough coordinates received in 20 seconds. Come back when you know what you want. So basically if you don't give it an extraction point and insertion point, it's just gonna cancel the script. In case you would get busy with something else. So let's go for golf. Let's have us picked up here. Let's go. Why am I zooming out that much? Let's go. Let's see if it lands here. I don't know how the ground looks there. It might not even want to land there. I don't know. So now I've clicked there, so it creates markers. Extraction, insertion. This will be around for 5 minutes. Then they will be deleted automatically. This is to not clutter the map more than necessarily, since you cannot delete these markers manually. So a helicopter has spawned. Let's speed up time while we're in here. So a helicopter has spawned at the ingress. It will fly over here, pick me up, or if there were more players, pick us up, and go over to the insertion point, drop us off, and then fly off to the egress. So let's just wait for the helicopter. And here it is. So it's gonna take its time to land. Oh right, we asked for the pickup to be over here. So if you would have, let's say you wanted to pick up, you don't have enough room here, then you can have some people sent away by just selecting pilot takeoff. So weird lag spike. If you have no people in it, it will just it won't go to the insertion point. It will just go off and despawn. So let's take a ride in 4 times regular speed. So we're over here. Alright, so we're closing into the insertion point. I'm asked to be dropped off somewhere over here. Let's put down a manual marker just to see what's what. Oh, so right there by the garbage pile. Let's see how well it does. Let's speed up time a bit because the AI pilots are still kind of slow. And touchdown, kicks us out, and heads off to despawning or egressing, if you want to say that. Alright, so that's how it works. Simple. So now let's look into how to actually prepare it. So first thing you're gonna want to do is that you want to go to your mission. I've called mine test for now. We're gonna delete that one for now because let's pretend it wasn't there. And we're gonna put our script here. So mission folder, then make a folder called scripts, and then paste the entire folder in here called Nicky Pickup, and then you have the scripts necessary to make this work in here. So you can set this up in 2 ways. You can have it pick up people at specified positions if you want to, by simply doing whatever these parameters here will tell you. So let's just build a new piece of, or rather let's just build a basic piece of code here then. Side of the crew, let's go for west, so start with an open bracket, comma, second parameter, the class name of the type of the helicopter you want to spawn. If you leave it empty, which would imply 2 quotation marks, then I'll spawn a preset helicopter, which is a Black Hawk for the for Blue for Ataru for Opfo, and then a Hellcat for Independent. So let's just go for that. Let's just go for a Black Hawk. Otherwise, you'll just have to find the appropriate class name for whatever helicopter you want. Next, we're gonna make a new array by making an open bracket, and we're gonna select the spawn marker. So we're gonna call this one, let's just call it spawn for relevance. Next, the pickup marker. Let's just go simple pick up. Remember the quotation marks, and then drop off, and then despawn. These can be called anything as long as you place them on the map afterwards. And then closed bracket, comma, vulnerable, true equals helo and crew can take damage. If you type false, the helo and crew is invincible. So we're just gonna go true there. I think most will, but it's an easy thing to add to a script really. And then we just do this piece of code here. So there, that's a simple static piece of code for for the script. So let's just make a trigger. Let's see here. Oh yeah, this is a blank map. So let's first off, let's place our dude. Let's place our dude here. All right. And then we're gonna select a position where the vehicle will spawn. Let's use the arrow. Remember to put these a fair bit away. If you have them too close, things will tend to get a bit messy. I recommend having a click, at least 2 clicks, 1 to 2 clicks free, to make sure everything runs properly. So the first marker we wanted was spawn. So I'll just type spawn in there. And I like calling these ingress just to make it easy to know which is which. Next, where we want to be picked up. So let's just make a static pickup point. Where is it? There it is. Let's have a pickup right here. We need to call this pickup. There we go. Next we want the drop off. Oh, I can just copy that. Let's use that marker. We want to be dropped off there. There we go. And where do we want the helicopter to despawn? I typically have them next to each other, but just for the sake of doing things differently on occasion, let's do that. We call it despawn, so let's use that, and call it egress. That's not necessary, but I like doing it. Alright, so let's put a trigger in. So open up the trigger and let's assign it to, you can have any type of condition just for this training or testing sake or tutorial sake. Hello Gazin. No, I'm too busy. Too busy, that's my opinions. So radio alpha, and then let's paste the code in there. Something you need to take note of is this is a trigger. In a script you could just paste this in, but if it's a trigger you need to fill in null equals in front of it as well. So let's do that. Goes in. I can't push the button when you're typing that much. Alright, so we're in and we have a radio command alpha. So let's use this radio command. We're not getting a message or anything right now since this is a static trigger. It's just a simple trigger for picking us up, so we'll just teleport in time, or rather time travel. Didn't really need to time travel much. Here it is. Smoke has been popped. We're doing this in 4 times regular speed right now, just so that you know. So now it's landed. It's waiting for us to jump in. Crew is manned. The helicopter will primarily defend itself if it feels threatened. Alright, so we're flying off to our insertion point, and we are there shortly, very shortly. We'll show you how to set up the radio commands as well after this, at least the preset ones. And it's gonna kick us out. There we go. Alright, simple enough. Let's see here, it's flying off to the west-southwest, which is the egress. Alright, let's jump out. That's a simple trigger run thing you can do. Now we can delete those two at least. Let's avoid remaking the markers, but let's just have these. Can put you over there so I don't screw up. There we go. Now let's not save while we have that in there. That's gonna make it go nuts. So what am I thinking? Yes, back into the NECU pickup folder. We have settings file. In here you can set up who is allowed to call in a helicopter pickup using the radio commands. So just fill the name of the unit in. These are what I typically have on my mission, so don't worry about those. You can delete these, and we can call our dude player 1 because I know that's a very common thing to do. Next we have channels. So here you have the channels that will be created for you by default. Golf, small helicopter, 4 blue 4, so on. There is a description here. So if we want to make a new one, let's just modify this one for the sake of doing it. Golf, I'd rather have it be alpha. The radio channels available are listed here: Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, blah blah blah. Next, string. This is for the description in the map screen. I see here I haven't forgotten to change this little piece of code for the helicopter. There we go. I've sort of ripped this code a bit from my supply drop script, that's why. Supports and Nicky. No, sorry, it's just like this. Okay, that's something you don't need to do. Don't worry about it. Alright, so this is the description you will see. Let's call it my awesome mate. There we go. I want it to be a blue Thor helicopter. And then you can select what type of helicopter. This is a little bird, and I'll leave that in. Next is the ingress. Let's see here, it's the spawn, pickup, drop off, and despawn. By typing _pause like this, this means it will be you will be able to select the insert and the extraction and insertion points on your own. Take note that you can't pick one but not the other. It's either both or none of them. Didn't think about that until now, but I don't really want to get in there anyway. If you're gonna pick one, you might as well pick both. I mean, come on. So first off, the spawn marker, we called ours spawns, we gotta put that in there. And I want to be able to select the pickup and drop off positions on my own. So let's go jump to the despawn marker. We called it despawn. You can use XYZ coordinates here as well if you want to. I just find markers to be a lot easier to use. And if we want the helicopter to be able to take damage or not, so we'll just keep it like that. So, settings have been modified. It's not a supply drop, it's a pickup. It's not really a pickup either, is it? Okay, so next we need to go into the init. So, in order to add the radio commands, you need to first of all add this, that, to your init.sqf. Now the init.sqf is most likely in your main mission folder along with your mission.sqm. If not, you probably don't really need to watch this video, or you need to talk to whoever made the template you're using. But if you don't have an init here, then create init.sqf like that. Open it up and paste the code. So this will run my init file for the pickup, and that's it. This will generate a file, as you will see in a bit. Let's just remember to give your dude. Let's see, what did we do? We have the spawn and despawn set up. We will select the pick up and drop off on our own, but we need to make sure that this guy is allowed to call it in, and we said that the guy needs to be called player 1 for him to be able to call it in. So what did I do? Oh, sorry. Something that is very, very important is running show script errors. Something I screwed up badly right now is in the settings file. You may not have this comma right here at the last one. If you have several, let's do it like this. If we have several types, a Bravo and a Charlie, 2 and 3. So now to separate these each of these channels, you need to have the comma right there. But for the last one, you need to remove the comma or the script will break. Well, easy enough to fix. Save. Let's play the scenario again. Alright, so let's open up the map, and in supports here you can see Radio Alpha, my awesome mate, Bravo, my awesome mate 2, and Charlie. Now next, let's go into radio, and radio again. Let's pick Alpha, and we are in this general area if I remember correctly. That's where I want to be picked up. Where would I want to be dropped off? Let's say I want to be dropped off here. Now, these coordinates are too close to each other. Use your feet, soldier. You need to have a fair distance in between both of these. You don't need to have more than a click. I think you need to have like 600-700 meters in between. Otherwise, it's gonna say, meh. Use your feet, because the AI and waypoints troublesome. Let's just take a trip to the other side of the town. Basically, a click. Yeah. Usually in Arma, any Arma player knows that you would most likely run one click rather than bring in a helicopter, but I guess that varies maybe. Now, it should be coming in from the south, so over there. Speeding up time and time traveling. Alright, here's the helicopter. Let's do 2 times speed. Still here, he's at the extraction point. That's where he's gonna land. He's coming in backwards for whatever reasons. And then he turns the helicopter nearly never mind my English. Let's jump in. As you can see, it waits around until you get in. There's no real rush unless you're too far off. And it's gonna take us over here. Nothing really too hard. And then it's just gonna set us off here. And that's all there's to it, really. You don't really need to mess around a lot. You can use this for areas when people get killed and then they respawn back at base and you need them to be picked up. Then you can be in the field and you're like, 0, radio, let's go for Bravo. I need you to pick up a reinsert from the airfield. I need you to bring him to the area of operations, which is here. There you go. Now a helicopter will go over here, wait until players within 300 meters enter it or someone tells the helicopter to fly off, and then I'll go over here and drop them off, and then I'll go and despawn. So yeah, that's it. That's all there's to it. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below. I'll get to them as quickly as I can. I'll try and help you out as much as possible. And I hope the video has helped you enough to avoid actually having to ask any questions. I hope it all works out for you. So have fun.